Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Agile TD Mondays. Today I've got exciting news for you and a world testing champion. Hello, Pascal.
Good afternoon.
Before Pascal tells you about his experience and how he and his team became the software testing world champions in 2016, I would like you to pay attention that you can now vote for your favorite community talk. You can go to the Agile Testing Days homepage, choose between 15 sessions, the 6 you like the most, and you can get the chance to win a free ticket for the 4th conference day. And now to Pascal.
Good afternoon. My name is Pascal Dufour. I'm an Agile test consultant at Heuristics, and I'm here to tell about how we, the Pan Galactic Gargle Blasters, won. How we became world champion with the Pan Galactic Gargle Blasters. This is what we, I think it's good to mention about why did we participate. There's a simple rule. Somebody asked me, can you test? Of course I can test. I've been testing quite some long and also teaching other guys who to test. So, but why am I the guy who telling you that you can test? So I'm thinking, hey, let me join the competition. So the first European competition, and if I make it, we can go to the World Cup. And the thing that I want to express for myself is that I'm able to do a good job in testing. So when you do a good job in testing, well, at least if you win the competition, you can definitely say, I can test. So currently I can say I can test. And for the guys who did not attend the competition or did not see anything about the competition but are curious about how the competition goes, I have a very small reminder about how it went. The competition is organized by the Agile Testing Days. There's two main driving factors are Mike and Matt behind it. So it's a very simple, it's a 3 hours competition where you get a software under test, which you don't know what it will be. And it's up to you as a team to figure out what to do to give a quality report in any form about how it is, how good is it, what should we do with it? Is it brilliant software? Is it rubbish? Whatever you want to tell. And of course you're getting judged, but not only by the counting bugs, which is an awful idea, or but also to interaction with customers, with the judges, with the developers on site. So it's not only you've been judged by a report, but also by the bugs, also by the interactions. So this makes it, this is how the competition, what are the criteria. And it started all with an online version, and the World Cup was a competition at Agile Testing Days itself. To give you an idea about how big it was, the left number between the Africa Cup is 20 teams, 87 people. Asia was bigger, 48 teams, etc. There are many teams, and also you can see many testers. And how does it look? Well, this was last year, and you got 3 pictures here. As you can see, all continents are there. It was really cool. Judges are walking around, the developers is there, even a car is there from the thing we test. So it was really, you can feel the energy there. So that was really cool about this competition. Normally I'm not that kind easily nervous, but you get excited. You get really excited. It's really awesome to be there, and everybody get a bit nervous, so that's cool. And everything goes wrong. Before I tell you about how we do it, this is the 4 guys in my team, the Pan Galactic Gargle Blasters. I've got some friends who have been reading the Heuristics guide, so this from the name. And from these 4 people, we created a team. We never worked together. For me, personal to the others, I know Klaas from one assignment, but not in the same job. Klaas knows Gerard. Klaas did know Rob. I also know Rob, and we got a contact, and we want to be the best. Rob was already a software testing champion in the Netherlands, and therefore he said, okay, I want to participate in the World Cup or in the European Cup. So we started to do that. By forming a team, there was, it's good, you need to rehearsal, you need to practice, you need to talk a lot, but we certainly found out that we have something in common. And I want to show you what we have in common, and we'll illustrate it with this movie. You should watch it. I think it's a very nice movie, but oh, sorry. I said you should watch it. Yeah.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me.
Do you think you're going to win?
Yes.
Yes. Blah, 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 blah.
Bismillah, no, we will not let you go. Let it go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let it go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. We will not let you go.
Why are you testing?
It's in my blood.
Because I know things can be different.
Things can be different. Blah, 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 blah.
So what we did is we created a movie, and as you can see, one of the elements that we love is humor. We are creative. The four of us, Rob is also exploratory testing is one of our biggest thing we want to do. We've got to be cool with a team, you need to be all different but have a same shared understanding about how you want to do it. So we learned with a lot of practice together what is our power, where are we good at, what we need to do, who are you, how do you communicate, how is your writing style, how do you communication style, all the kind of things we need to practice, because we were not a team. And this is one of the things that I found out that is very helpful, because you can create your team to meet the goal. So our team was designed to win the competition. Normal teams are designed to work together to be the best for their job. So they often see other teams from one company. So we have a broader company. We're all very eager to learn. That makes us do something right. And what have we done right? Well, to make it very simple, we won. But there's a school that we have won, but it's not that we won by accident, we think. So what we did is, we are a big fan of experiments. And there are experiments to try. And after done some experiments, we figured out that we never should do this again. We should avoid it. So because we never work together, we don't know about how do you communicate. So we pick something really simple, pair testing. Which pair should we test? Should I test with Rob, or should I test with Klaas, or should I test with Gerard? Or should other people pair up? Or should all the 4 people start testing and the others taking notes? Because at the end of the day, or at the end of the session, you'll be judged by the report. So what we need to do is figure out how we want to work together, and get a lot of shallow agreement at first hand. Okay, I've tested this. What does this mean? I've tested this. Firmly, what is firmly for you? What is, I looked really deep into it. Okay, what does it mean? You spend a half hour on this subject, and is it just the time, or is it how you looked at it, what do you think it should be look like it? So we try to figure out how we can illustrate the plan and illustrate what we do into an approach. So we tried stickies, we tried whiteboards, flip over, mind maps, digital, manual, or on a whiteboard, on a flip over. We soon found out that iterating is one of the best for us. So we experiment with time slot of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. What is best? We don't know. We figured out at the end, it's 20 minutes for us. We did a lot of meet physically. Online was also fine, but we found out that's because we were rehearsing for the competition, and that is physically together. And because of one of the things you get judged about is the report, so we try to experiment with report. Do we use Word? Do we also give mind maps? Do we report in mind maps or not? Do we use the low-tech dashboard because we think that's cool, but no. They all said it should be a little bit not boring, so should we do something like a picture chart or video? We try to do video and record video as a session and tell how it is. Then we found out that recording videos in 1 or 2 times is not always very accurate, and we're not good enough at it. So, well, failed experiment for us. Did not work for us. So the bugs, how do we review? How much template do we need? So many things we try to do and avoid. Tried it. And as you can see, we're a big fan of heuristics and mind maps. So we got a lot of collected through the years, all kind of created mind maps, and a lot of them are heuristics. And we really believe in this. Use them wisely, and it's a great source for your testing ideas. One thing we did is we rehearsed a lot. And what we did is ask product owners, companies, do you have any software to test? We want to rehearse for this competition. Can you give us software? Yes, we heard many times people say, okay. But we only got 3 hours and we don't want to know anything. So just simulating the real thing, and we ask feedback on product owners for the product so they get a real report, but also give those reports to other people that we know. Maybe Eddie Brown was also on the ETA testing days Monday, and Huub Schots, colleagues, we as the test professionals are, but also we are some practice, because 1 week before we found out that it was an Android app. And for me, as I'm an iOS user, it's not easy, because all my knowledge about iOS is irrelevant. And I found out that Desmond is a guy I really know well. He could help me. So I called him and said, could you help me? I got 3 days to learn all about Android. And he definitely supported me, and also the guys from Ice Mobile. They gave me some master lessons on Android mobile testing. So it was really helpful. So it's not only helpful in the skills, but also questioning me. Do you think about this? How do you do this? How do you do this? So there are loads of questions. And we're very thankful that all the products owners from different companies, I will later on show you a bit more on what kind of tools we use. It's very helpful to ask feedback. Some experiments I want to show you is writing styles. The document, the report we give. Well, is this good enough? And it's really nice to focus and defocus. So if you defocus, you see your total of your documents. Hey, is this now what I want to tell? If you look at this, is this good enough? Or we make it a little bit bigger, and was this better? Or was this the good report? A bit more colors. Do I want to have my bug list in it? The most important bug list, should it be in? My approach, why did I test this, etc. I want to make it more colorful, or is it too colorful, or like this, or like this. So there are so many experiments you can try to figure out what's your report for your own. So because we did not know anything about the software we're going to test, we try to get huge amount of applications. They're diverse. So we got an app, a mortgage site, a bank level security stuff to this is my first application I've been working solely for 3 months on, or a half year on. A Flash app, iOS, Android apps, all kind of applications. Every time we try to pick up what we want to do. Okay, and to what is for us the success formula is, first of all, we practice a lot. Every month, 1 or 2 times for a year. Use the diversified approach. That means there's no best solution for something. There are good approaches. We try to mix them and tailor them while we're doing it. And that's what you're going to practice. You need to practice. We used a diverse half measure. So we did a little bit of automation testing during the championship, but also a little bit about usability, also a little about security, also a little bit, but we try to do it. It's better than only security testing very deep. The success formula for us was humor. We are the way how we communicate with each other is okay. We are allowed loud talking. We found out it was helpful for us. While we were loud talking, hey, here told me something about the input validation was incorrect there, or maybe some inconsistency in synchronization. Hey, that's interesting. And direct communication. So we don't have time to be pushy to each other. So this could be a good idea. No, more like, thanks, Rob, this is a good idea. Do this. Okay. During the competition, we're very direct. So stop, like we're doing iteration, we do stand up every time. He said, just stop, we go for it. We created a visual shared overview. This mind map, what you see now on the screen, is literally being used during this competition with a timer with it. So everybody can see where we are working on. You write down where you work on. The green are the focus areas. The red are the fields where we stopped. And what we found out that 80% we practice, or even much more, did not happen. We are very keen with the developer on security issues and proxy stuff, but somehow it did not work while even we practiced it. So if you look back, try to experiment with your team to find out what is your best report, to find out what is best approach, and you need to practice it a lot. So this is so if you want to become the next champion, I should suggest you fail, you learn, you fail again, fail, learn, changing context, and probably you will have success. But you need to experiment. So look at around you, how you're sitting with your colleagues, how you approach this. Why do you think you need to test this? Why do you need to do this? Is this the best thing you need to do now? That's the question. And that's about it. I think my 50 minutes or 80 minutes are gone. Okay, questions? And I got a last note even. Last note is that if you want your software to be tested, where the Pan Galactic Gargle Blasters are willing to test your software, of course, and we give some training. That's also could be interesting. Okay, that was it.
Thank you, Pascal. There's one question I have, because you said you did a lot of practice within a team, online and also physically. And how did the team develop? Were there some roles that appeared that you applied to yourself? Like, was there a team lead, and how did you decide what is one teammate doing and what is the other teammate doing during the tests, or did this just happen in the competition?
No, there's we've been practicing that. Very simple example. who is going to write the report? First, Rob said, I will write the report. Then we got some discussion, what should be in the report and what not. Then we tried, okay, maybe it's a nice idea to somebody else writes the reports. Okay, the next session, I will try to write a report. Well, then a little bit later, that was not a success, so Rob did it again. But we found out that some elements need to be put into the document earlier so we can have a better report or more accurate report. And we changed the approach of, first of all, this is what is all needs to be in the report. Okay, so these tests we need to do to get all this information into the report. It used to be, what is the best thing to do? And that's what we're going to do. And then the time's up and that will be in the report. But now we want to be a bit more strict on, we think these questions should be answers before putting into, so that we can put it in the report, because the report should be at least good enough. And to be good enough, we think these elements should be, these questions should be answered. So therefore, this simple experiment on who is going to writing it. And we found out that we are both, Rob and I, not the perfect writers. So we found out that Klaas, who's got the best English style review, so he was reviewing everything. So that's not something just by experiment, we figured out that this is the best for us approach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There are no more questions, but if the viewers have any questions later, they can contact you via Twitter.
Very happy to.
Next week, Elizabeth Sagrobar is going to talk about her experience and learning when she pair tested in her team. So tune in next week.
Thank you. And humor
Thank
and
you
fun
very
is
much.
something that makes it testing a great job.
You had a message on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah. Testing is fun, so at least for everybody, make fun of it. So it's a serious job, but fun is part of it.
Thank you
See
very
you again.
much.
Please contact me in questions.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
And see you then.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.